everyone, this is Bhagya Vikramarajya here. So my dear students, today I am going to describe and explain you regarding how you have to face for the IELTS examination speaking section. So when understanding IELTS examination speaking section, my dear children, you have to spend 11 to 14 minutes in speaking with your examiner. So the candidates have to pay more attention, mainly in three main parts, because the IELTS examination will be tested in three parts. Okay, so my dear students, I am going to explain you what are these three main parts. What do you have to mainly focus on the IELTS examination when you speak within these 11 to 14 minutes. Okay. So, let's go to part 1. In part 1, my dear children, the examiner may be asking from the candidate in order to introduce him or herself. So, you have to give a brief introduction about yourself to the examiner. You may explain to him about your family members. If you are doing a job, you can explain about the field of job, or else if you are doing studies yet, you can explain what are the studies that you are currently doing and what are your future goals, what are your expected future things that you are going to do in future, and what are your major interests, for example your hobbies. So you can give a brief introduction in part 1 about yourself. So you will have to spend around 5 minutes in order to explain these things to the examiner. So when going to part 2 mainly the task cards are given. So out of these task cards, my dear children, you have to select randomly one task card, and there is a topic that is being given by the examiner. So you are going to choose the task card that you like. So you can't see the topic beforehand. So there is a topic, so you have to talk about that topic around 3 minutes. Okay, let's jump into part 3. In part 3, my dear children, mainly you have to engage in a discussion of more abstract issues which is being connected to the part 2. So the examiner may be testing from the candidate. He or she will be asking questions from you of the things that you have been speaking in the part 2. In part 2, I told you, my dear children, that you will be getting a task card. So in the task card, the things that is being given in the task card, the things that you spoke in part 2 will be further questioned in part 3. So you will have to spend around 5 minutes in explaining your things to the examiner. So I have given you a brief introduction about the speaking section in IELTS examination. So my dear children, stay connected with me and stay tuned. I will bring you more great IELTS videos in future. Thank you for listening.